When we talk about technology startups, we usually picture engineers in pristine, climate-controlled glass offices. But building effective operational systems looks very different when you start out on a freezing concrete freight dock at 2 in the morning. That is exactly where Keith R. Cordell began a 30-year career. He worked his way up from the ground floor to orchestrate massive logistics networks, eventually managing 136 door distribution terminals and fleets of 70 drivers. In that physical environment, the margin for error is exactly zero. A single paperwork mix-up or a missing inbound manifest translates directly into idle warehouse labor and massive bottlenecks on the highway. The financial and legal risks are immense. Managing strict WEMIS hazmat compliance means a broken process can easily result in a $10,000 compliance fine before the sun even comes up. Operating in a world with those kinds of stakes forces a leader to develop a ruthless, visceral approach to process flow. It builds a structural logic for efficiency that theory-driven tech founders simply never experience. Today, the biggest hurdle for business owners usually isn't moving physical freight. The modern bottleneck is an overwhelming administrative tax, endless email triage, copy-pasting, and client intake forms. To solve this, Keith spent years in the trenches, testing dozens of different AI software platforms and automation tools to see what could actually handle heavy small business workloads. This chart illustrates the central problem he discovered. Small businesses frequently fall into the SaaS trap, lured into paying for 5 or 6 recurring monthly software subscriptions that keep stacking up. The hidden operational cost is worse. Scattering data across external servers forces manual administrative work, just struggling to keep those isolated tools connected. Adopting standard AI tools this way actually backfires. You end up trading your existing manual labor for expensive software overhead and constant data friction. Keith pivoted entirely away from third-party software bloat. Instead, he mastered the ecosystems businesses already own, earning his credential as a Google-certified AI professional. This led to his foundational framework, Grit Meets Code. It takes the relentless process logic of the terminal floor and applies it directly to native Google Workspace architecture. This schematic highlights his first major cost-saving pillar. By building custom business websites using Google Sites mapped to your own domain, the standard monthly hosting fee is eliminated, dropping down to exactly $0. That specific architectural choice completely removes ongoing monthly web hosting fees forever, freeing up capital every single month. True digital efficiency means leveraging the native, zero-overhead ecosystems you already have, rather than constantly stacking expensive, rented software layers on top of your business. Of course, deploying artificial intelligence brings up 2 massive fears for any business owner: exposing private company data to the public and AI hallucinations making up false facts. This diagram outlines his private cloud tenancy solution. The entire system operates securely inside a digital vault within your own Google Workspace, completely isolated from outside public AI models. To eliminate hallucinations, he uses drive grounding. Custom Gemini gems are confined within strict boundaries, restricted to using only your verified company SOPs and pricing documents stored locally in Google Drive. The most critical safeguard against rogue automated actions is a mechanism called human-in-the-loop verification. In practice, the AI handles the heavy lifting, drafting emails, extracting data, and organizing client intake, but a verified human supervisor must manually approve all final outputs before anything is sent. This architecture perfectly synthesizes logistics grit with digital speed. It proves that safe, effective automation requires human oversight right at the final checkpoint. Delivering this architecture relies on a highly transparent 4-tier service model designed to match whatever stage of growth a business is currently in. Tier 1 is the DIY automation blueprint. For under $500, self-starters get the master implementation manuals and 3 pre-written drive grounding matrices to build the system themselves. For those who want it handled for them, the done-for-you upgrades include a $1,500 web build, a $3,500 Workspace AI setup, and the complete master autonomous engine for $4,500. To completely remove the risk for cautious small business owners, Keith introduced a major de-risking feature, the 100% rollover upgrade credit. Look at this flowchart to see the mechanics. If a DIY user decides within 90 days that they want an upgrade, their entire initial purchase transfers directly as a credit block toward any of the full build packages. This pricing structure eliminates financial risk for the solopreneur. It demonstrates absolute confidence that the underlying system provides immense value. All of this technical architecture drives toward one ultimate measurable benefit for the user: buying back your high-value leadership time. By automating back-office friction, the system saves solopreneurs and managers 10 to 15 hours at administrative work every single week. This is the direct result of translating 30 years of zero-margin terminal grit into clean, cost-effective digital code. If you are ready to stop paying the SaaS tax and launch your own autonomous engine, head over to keithcordell.com.